Hi everyone, my name is Megan Galvin. I'm a student at the University of Central Florida at Rosen campus. I am a senior this year and I'm expected to graduate May of 2025. A little background on my professional development. I work for the Walt Disney World Resorts and I work at the front desk as a concierge and a runner. With this role, I have learned problem solving skills, leadership skills, and guest service skills. I'm also cross trained in the runner position, which I mostly do that now in my everyday life. So the runner position is basically delivering packages, logging packages, assisting guests into their room if they're having trouble using the mobile app to enter their room, or if they leave their keys in the room, we assist with that. We also assist with engineering if they're having problems getting the door fixed. We will assist them by opening the door with a certain key that we need. We also do off properties, so I do know how to get backstage almost anywhere on the Walt Disney World property because of this role. So a lot of times guests will need a recovery from the park, or they left something in the park. So as a runner at the resort, if this guest is staying with us, then we will try to assist them by grabbing that item or doing a recovery. I've also learned a lot of service recovery skills from this role. So a lot of times we do magical moments for guests. This is when something doesn't go right or you just want to spread a little bit of magic on a family. So with the runner role, we also put together those magical moments and deliver them to the rooms. And that has been a really cool thing to do almost every single day. I do that, and that really brings me joy every day. Some of the strengths that I have acquired from this role has been a lot of problem solving skills, because at the front desk, sometimes late at night too is when I work, you can get a lot of guests that are having issues with, something in their room, something in the park. Just about any issue, they'll come up to the front desk looking for assistance, and we have to assist them by solving this problem. There is not a problem that we cannot solve. We have to find a solution. And so that has been really good to a really good skill to learn, to just always, you have to solve the problem. So that is something that I've learned from the concierge position. I've been concierge for about 2.5 years with the Walt Disney World Company. But before that, I actually lived in Nebraska, where I was an assistant manager of a smoothie shop when I was in high school. So I was a trainer and the assistant manager, so I trained all the new employees. I trained about over a dozen, 13 employees, on how to, count registers, how to make smoothies, how to assist a guest in the lobby, all that sort of stuff. I also was the cash handling manager, so I went to the bank every Saturday with the cash. So that was, as a high schooler, that was something that was really important to me, and I took great value in that. The target company is the Walt Disney World Company. I'm trying to move up with the company with my event management degree that I'm getting through Rosen campus. So I would really like to be in the event side of the Disney company. I've applied for a couple jobs so far. I haven't heard anything yet because I just applied for them within the past couple of weeks. But the job I really want to work is in the Disney Fairy Tale Weddings, which I know I'm going to have to work my way up to. So that's why I want to get my foot in the door by starting with an entry level events like assistant position with the company. That way I can get my name out there and start networking with people so I can eventually work with Disney Fairy Tale Weddings. And I've been lucky since I'm an employee with the company right now. I am able to network with some of the people that do work for the Disney Fairy Tale Wedding side of the industry, because they do hold seminars sometimes. So I was able to attend one of them. So that was really cool. And you're able to get your name out there with that and your resume out there. One of the sore stories that comes to mind, I have a lot of them because when you work concierge, you're solving problems all the time. But one of them that comes to mind that was very recently, this happened last week. I was a runner, which means I wasn't working the front desk, but I still am in the front office position. There was a guest that came down to the front desk to one of the concierges and managers. They were a 3-room travel with, which means they have 3 rooms all together, and they said that one of the rooms smelled like cigarette smoke, and their room was close to a smoking section, so we think that's what might have been the issue. But we're going to solve this problem for the guest. We're going to try to assist them by giving them more options. So I went up to the room with the housekeeping manager, and I was letting the guest into the room and the housekeeping manager, and we were going through the room, listening to the guest, hearing their concerns, and we walked them to 3 new rooms right next to each other on a different side of the building, and we let them kind of examine the room, which we don't normally do, but we wanted to do this for this guest to solve their problem. So we inspected the other 3 rooms, and the guest was satisfied with those rooms. So we went ahead and room changed them same day, which normally we don't do because it's hard to get those other 3 rooms we're moving them out of cleaned for another guest, because most of the time we are at 100% occupancy. But we did make an exception for this family, and we did room change them right away, and we offered luggage services and moved them. And then that same night, I put together 3 amenities for the guests while they were at the Halloween party. And when they came back, they had basically like an apology letter from the front desk and some amenities for the children. So that's something typically that happens not too often. We don't like that to happen, but there are, with the hotel I work at, there's 2,880 rooms, so there's bound to be some problems with that many guests staying. So that is something that I do on a daily basis, is solve problems like that. But thank you so much for listening to my video. If you made it to the end, that is my professional development.